So Yarkuwa is a Wamba word, meaning to look, to find, to search for over long distances, and this was what we were doing. We were gathering information from Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra and bringing it back home to Deniliquin.
Yarkuwa was kind of like our baby. We helped set Yarkuwa up out of TAFE with all of our genealogy stuff. We didn't want to leave it at TAFE, so we formed Yarkuwa.
We started the program doing research on the family tree, their family trees, so that then went on to do community history and retrieval of archival stuff, materials from some of the major libraries.
So Yarkuwa was established in 2003 in response to a need seen by the local Aboriginal community after undertaking a program of research, bringing information back to Deniliquin. There was a need to find a home for that information.
I love my involvement with Yarkuwa because it is an organisation that started from the local people, from the local grassroots people, out of a very small project, and it's grown and grown, and the capacity of the people in the local community have grown, and it's not imposed upon Indigenous people through an Act of Parliament or a politician coming in and wanting to put something in place. It's actually started by people themselves.
I think it addresses all the things that we feel passionate about education and environment and cultural values, or our cultural values. It services us better than anybody else.
One aspiration I have for Yarkuwa is to expand our issues beyond local issues. I think one important aspect of our work is to plug into regional, state, national and international processes.
So they've become known not just around the state now. I think they've been heard of around the country and overseas.
So it's created a lot of employment, and it's going to create a lot more employment. I believe it brings the community together, like we have Wamba Week, we have the weaving workshops, we have the guided tours.
In here, the Island Century, there's Old Man Week. We've got river mint, we've got flax that you can make rope out of.
The first time we did a basket weaving workshop, I took my daughter along, and after we'd done the basket weaving, Lara and I went home that night, and instead of turning the TV on and just telling each other to be quiet, because we sat around weaving and talking, so it's a really good tool to bring families together too. It's a really good healing process. Because we'd been in drought for so long, we didn't have access to the reeds to do our weavings.
So we have those plants here, and we'd like to build on that, and we'd like to see the involvement of Aboriginal people, Aboriginal groups for any educational or cultural things that they might see this property having value for. We'd like to see that.
Big yellow box.
This bit of land we're on here is part of the Wirrai Forest floodplain, and there are no sandhills left in the Wirrai Forest now, so it would have been very much, I think, a significant part of their land, and they still have a tremendous connection to it.
So you've had a fair apprenticeship though.
There's many benefits from a blending of cultures to arrest and restore biodiversity in this part of, well, in all parts, but particularly in this part of the world.
Hello. Hello.
It's taken us 7 years to get there, so I think that's an amazing growth story. We started off with 3 volunteer workers. There's Tracy, Lorraine and David worked in the office at the Island Sanctuary for nothing for quite a long time. I think that if we weren't as resilient as we are, we probably wouldn't have gone very far.
Resilience for an organisation is about being able to respond to changes, particularly changes in government policies and in the way the government is dealing with communities.
We had a lot of struggles in the beginning.
And it's an example of how local people have been able to influence bigger politics.
We work hard to change attitudes, change beliefs, both within government agencies and also in local media. To me, it's a great privilege to actually work with family. This is my family. in work that really changes people's lives and gives a future to the next generations coming through.
If you don't have a go, you'll never know.